For 4 days, we'll be following our couples around the clock.
Excuse me, what? A 4-day tell-all. For 4 days, we're following the couples around the clock. Let me think for a moment. For the last 6 months we've been following these couples around the clock, and we've gotten exactly, well, the same old turgid storylines again and again. Ad infinitum. But okay, if you like it, I love it. Let's just see what TLC have got in their locker. So apparently, this tell-all is going to be the biggest and best tell-all that ever there was. We're going to be treated to arguments and fake storylines, both inside and outside of the studio. My only worry about this is that it's going to be, well, goddamn boring. Even Bilal and Shaeeda's unborn baby knows this ain't going to be shit. All I can hope is that Sean's going to waterboard the truth out of this menagerie of liars. And as I'm watching the opening credits, I see it says, it's the tell-all, no limits. Oh really? It's limited to how much I can be bothered to watch. But don't worry guys, I'm watching so you don't have to. Guys, if you've yet to do so, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, subscribe, press the notification bell, all of that good stuff. Come on, help your girl out. And a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed thus far, and keep those comments coming. Right, so without further ado, I give you the tell-all, part 1. And so apparently, what we're doing different this season is that we're catching up in bars and hotel rooms, and we're finding out what each and every contestant is worried about and what they're hoping to find out from the tell-all. And I've got to say, it is a worry. If you need to get answers from a tell-all regarding the state of your relationship, you should probably bin that relationship. And so first up, we get to see what Angela has in store for us. And so when we first see Angela, she's in her walk-in closet, and she's on FaceTime to 2 of her granddaughters. She tells them, I need boosting. I need to pick an outfit that makes me look hot. Oh Angela, it's only a 4-day tell-all. It's not bloody magic. Michael's got my confidence low. I really need to talk to him at this tell-all and find out what's happening. And her grandkids tell me more. Make him jealous. And she said, yep, that's what I want to do. She picks out a dress and her grandkids tell her, rightly so, that it's too short. And then she finally settles on a bright red skin-tight catsuit. Wow, that really is something. It's not everybody that can carry off such bright colours. And unfortunately, that includes Angela. Oh well, I guess if she does draw blood, it will be less traumatising on everybody watching. And then Angela starts snivelling to production. She lets them know that Michael's been talking to another girl. And she said she's got all of the evidence and all of the voice notes. And the truth be told, I think he actually is talking to another girl. But then again, Angela was talking to that Billy guy from Canada. And she also admitted to Michael she had a crush on him. Angela tells production there's no excuse for what he's done. There really is an excuse, and that excuse is Billy. And I'm sure that's what Michael's going to use. But then she plays the voice notes, and I've got to say it's pretty ominous. Michael says the following.
Michael cheating on me. I got him right here.
I'm trying to find my once again. I've been busy trying to sort things out, okay? Just trust me, please. Also, I have some money coming to your side.
Money?
I'll let you know, okay? I'll call you, please. I love you and I miss you.
Can you believe he said that to this girl?
And I've got to say, Michael, there's really no way out of this one, not that I can see. But the only thing I wonder is, how the hell did she get her hands on these voice notes? Did somebody hack into this girl's voicemail? It's quite the puzzler, and that I'd be interested to know. Hopefully Sean won't let us down. But unfortunately, it's highly likely that Sean will let us down. Let's see, shall we? And she finishes off by saying, he's a schemer, he's a liar, and he's up to something. Yes, he is. That's called taking possession of a green card. That's what he's up to. And as she's packing, she talks with her daughter, Skylar. And she said, I don't know what to think. 1 minute he's a good guy, but the next minute I realise he's a cheat and a liar. And Skylar said, he keeps on showing you who he is, and you keep on ignoring it. But then finally, Angela said something which did, well, pique my interest. She said, I've got a man. What? No, not that kind of man, guys. Apparently she's got somebody who's going to help her expose Michael. He's going to help her get to the bottom of what exactly Michael's up to. Now, guys, this I have to see. But Angela saves her final bit of ire for Usman. Usman? Apparently he's been chatting shit about her on social media. But what Angela says next absolutely has me in stitches. Guys, she says because Usman's such a scammer, that's why everyone thinks that Michael's a scammer. Usman gives all Nigerians, apparently, a very bad name. Oh Lord, apparently according to Angela, poor Michael's getting it in the neck, all because of Usman's scheming ways. I think you'll find, Angela, that sex tourism and green card scamming has been going on for a lot longer than Usman's been around. And I also think you'll find Michael's every bit as bad as Usman. Oh Lord, Angela is just so delusional. And next up we see Big Ed and Liz. Big Ed lets us know he's broken up once more with Liz, what a surprise, and he's asked her to move out. Apparently he wants to work the relationship out, but he definitely can't do it whilst they're living together. What? Guys, that pretty much says she irritates you so much that the only possible way you can get back together is if Liz is somewhere fucking else, somewhere far, far away. That should tell you everything you need to know, Ed. Oh Lord, I just have no words. And I wish Ed didn't either. And then we see Liz at her new home. She lets us know, I got dumped by Ed, and he gave me less than a week to find somewhere new to live. Oh my God, I'm so bored of Liz. Wake me up when she's gone. And then Liz proves to everybody that she can't count and is delusional when she said, I don't know how many times Ed's broken up with me. Maybe 9 or 10 at this point. Liz, at the last tell-all, it was 8. And if we imagine that you never broke up when you were off screen, which I don't imagine, number 9 was when he got off with the 2 sugar babes. Number 10 was when Tiffany cussed you out. Number 11 was at your so-called engagement party. Number 12 was when Ed insinuated you were fat. Number 13 was when you threw your engagement ring away. Do you get my point? Guys, I'm not even watching this couple properly, and even I can count to about 12 or 13. As bad as Ed is, Liz lies for a living. She wouldn't know the truth if he came up and slapped her around the face. One of their biggest arguments was when Liz was allegedly flirting with another woman, and social media was awash with people saying that Liz is bi. They must mean polar, because no woman's stupid enough to want to go out with Liz. The only one ridiculous enough is actually Big Ed. Anyway, apparently she has this new apartment and she's sharing with somebody. His name is Lee and it's a guy. Her friend Jo comes over and asks her how she likes living with this guy, Lee. And straight away Liz says, it's amazing. I was nervous about living with somebody, but it's really, really good. Is it, Liz? Is it? I bet it bloody is. I've rang around Bet365, William Hill and Ladbrokes, and every single online betting site I can find. And surprise, surprise, I can't get any odds on the fact that she's not currently shagging Lee. But anyway, she's at the new house with her friend Jo sitting on the sofa, and Jo asks her, what do you miss about Ed? Actually, Jo, very good question. What does she miss about Ed? I'll tell you guys, nothing. Why? Because she's still seeing him. Oh Lord, I honestly... I can't. That's enough of these two. Next up, we have Andre and Jovi. Now guys, producers are really reaching here. Why have they put Andre with Jovi? From what I remember, they don't even like each other. And so they sit down in a bar in New York. And I can tell straight away, Jovi's put out. Why? There are no strippers. Oh Lord.
What is it in a strip club? Like, seriously.
Strip clubs are fun.
I can see by the look on Jovi's face, he's thinking, why are we here? Literally, if there's no women dancing around with their undercrackers off, why am I here? If a tree falls down in the woods and nobody hears it, does it make a sound? If there's a bar in America with no scantily clad women dancing around for money, does it make a good time? Apparently not. For these two sit down and chat in a perfunctory manner for a moment, and the two men discuss Yara and Yara's intention to perhaps move to and buy somewhere in Eastern Europe. And so Andre said, well, where's she getting this money from? And Jovi said, well, she's got a bit of money. She has 150,000. And then Andre said, but that's a lot of money for Eastern Europe. It seems to me she has champagne taste. Oh dear, champagne lips and Pepsi-Cola pocket. And when Jovi said that she might want to move to Czech Republic and that he's trying to be the better person about the whole situation, Andre says, your family should be together. This is not normal. And guys, I at once start to worry about my position. It would seem I'm on the same side as bloody Andre. And as we all know, it's always better, always better to be on the opposite side of See You Next Tuesdays. I think it's high time the Ebird re-evaluated her life. And then Andre tells Jovi about all of the problems he's having with his green card. And Jovi says Yara's got hers, she's got 10 years. And Andre simply can't understand it. Well, Andre, it's like this. People like Yara and people don't like you. And that's why they're probably holding out on your green card. And then Andre talks about the fact that he doesn't get on with any, except for her dad, any of Libby's family. And Jovi said, and I thought quite diplomatically, maybe you're part of the problem. And Andre flew off the handle. You're the fucking problem. You are the fucking problem. I am not the fucking problem. You're the fucking problem. Look at you and Yara. And he did a full 360 demonstration of his toxic masculinity. He started swearing, talking about Jovi and strip bars. And guys, he basically just got really aggy. Jovi stood up and he left. But to me, it was toxic Andre, who showed what a little bitch he is. And so next up, we see Usman, who's busy in Lagos, booking into hotels, where reception staff still don't seem to realise that he's an international superstar. One of the most famous in his region. He still has to give his full name as he checks in. He tells us once more that Kim loves him so much, but the relationship's not healthy for him. He says they still text each other and keep in contact. But the main thing that Usman is perplexed about is people on social media saying that he's using Kim. He says, I'm not using Kim for anything. Well, let's survey the facts, Usman. You call her fat, you talk about her looks, you tell her you're doing a favour and you don't want to have sex with her, and you go on dates with other women while she's in Nigeria. I think that's enough evidence, really, that you're using Kim for a green card, or at least just for the fame. And then next up we see Jenny. And Jenny's in New York, and you can tell she's really enjoying being back in America. She lets us know, here in America, everybody can understand her. Jenny, whether you're in America, India, or Timbuk-2, none of us understand you, not one of us. But I digress. But she lets us know that Sumit can't come to New York because he doesn't have an American visa. And so, in yet another unrealistic storyline, Jenny meets up with Kim. And Kim tells Jenny, I think we're kindred spirits. I see the similarities in our stories. Really, Kim? That's peak wishful thinking. I'll say one thing. Even though Sumit's a massive, low-down, dirty liar, there's one thing which is a fact, which is inescapable. I think he does love Jenny. They've been together for 11 years. And the past 3 years, they've been living together in a house in India. There is love in this relationship. He is not just using Jenny to get to America. In fact, he doesn't even want to go to America. As usual, Kim just talks and makes literally no sense. And so the two stand chatting by the Hudson River. I think it's the Hudson. And Jenny tells Kim that she may give Sumit an ultimatum. She might tell him it's India or me. And suddenly the Ebird does a 180. Because I've got a feeling, just a feeling, that when Jenny gets to pressing Sumit's going to be all out. I guess just like Kim and Usman. Maybe Kim's right after all. And then Kim bawls on about the beef between Angela and Usman and Michael. And Kim said that Angela said that Usman gives Nigerians a bad name and that it's his fault that Michael is painted as a scammer. Newsflash, Kim. Usman and Michael are both scammers, and you and Angela are both sex tourists. Deal with it. And Kim finishes up by saying that if Angela comes for her, she's going to go for her throat. And Jenny says, don't worry, I'll back you up. If there was ever anybody's help that you didn't need, it would be Jenny. Jenny, you can't even back yourself up. How can you be of help to any other human being? You really can't. And then next up we see Yara and Shaida. What a strange coupling this is. I see them walking along the street and I realise it's where the hot pant meets the hijab. Anyway, they go into a jewellery shop and they decide to ring shop. Yara picks up a ring and she asks, is it 1,000 or 11,000? The shop assistant lets her know it's 15,000 and she says, oh well, great. And she explains to Shaida that now she has her own money. If she wants to buy something, she can. And then Shaida lets Yara know that Bilal squeaks when he walks because he's so goddamn tight. Yup, I knew it. Social media's all bullshit. From the first time I clapped eyes on Bilal, I knew he was a tight ass. I just knew it. And then Shaida explains to Yara that she has to ask Bilal for every single cent, for every single thing that she wants. And that's why she's so desperate to get this business up and running, so she has her own money again. And guys, I think Shaida's been unfairly maligned as a gold digger. I can honestly tell you, every gold digger I know, and I know a few, they want to sit around and eat lunch and shop. They don't want to set up their own business and make their own money. They're happy to coast and ride for their money. Yara says she loves having her own money and it gives her independence. But when she finds out that Shaeeda doesn't have a joint bank account with Bilal, she's incandescent with rage. And Shaeeda even lets Yara know she has no idea how much money Bilal makes. Of course you don't, Shaeeda. If you knew how little he made, it might get out to the wider world. And him painting himself as this really rich entrepreneur would be all unmasked. And it hasn't escaped my notice that Bilal lives in Kansas, just like the Wizard of Oz. Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. But Yara's suitably angry that Shaeeda doesn't have a joint account with Bilal. And she says you're sharing a bed together, but he doesn't trust you with his money. And guys, she said this with a straight face as she pondered over a 15 grand ring. And then Shaeeda wondered what other secrets Bilal has. Yara said he may even be cheating, who knows?
What if he has her own girlfriend that he buy her flight tickets to go somewhere and she will never know because she can't even check the bank account? Like, that's a big trust issue. What is your point? Why you are hiding? She don't need to sit at home and let her husband to control her and all of her finances. She needs to be in control.
And guys, I've got to say, I think this is somewhat of a stretch. It's lucky Bilal's even found himself one woman. What are the chances of him finding another woman that puts up with his horse crap? Yara really just chats some rubbish sometimes. I can virtually hear Yara's mum speaking as Yara says this. And then the two tacitly agree to attack Bilal at the tell-all. Oh good lord, Shaeeda's so easily influenced. How will attacking Bilal advance your aims of having a kid? It won't. Shaeeda, keep your eyes on the prize. Think about what you want and think about the best way to get it. Winding Bilal up with Yara is not going to help you in any meaningful way. And so Shaeeda goes back to see Bilal at the hotel room. I wonder if, like last time, it's a hotel room of a windowless variety. She lets Bilal know that Yara thinks he's crazy for not letting Shaeeda have a joint bank account. And Bilal lets production know Shaeeda's very easily influenced by other people. And I've got to say, in this instance, I agree. And then Bilal said, you're really hard to please. If you don't get your own way, you have a little temper tantrum. And then he goes on to say that Shaeeda didn't stand up for him in the last tell-all. In fact, not only didn't she stand up for him, she helped others attack him. But I'd like to point out, Bilal, here's what you said at the last tell-all.
I am not worried about what anybody says.
It seems to me that Bilal cares very, very much about what other people think, and even more what other people say. And also, Bilal, did you support Shaeeda at the last tell-all? What do you call this?
But if I stay silent, it could turn out to be like your last marriage.
Is this the support you speak of? Bilal only ever looks at things from his own point of view. He has the worst case of centration I've ever known. And finally, we see Angela and Michael before the actual studio part of the tell-all. Angela's in a hotel room with her friend, and first she decides to hype herself up.
I love it. Oh, I love you.
After this amusing interlude, she talks to her friend Jen about Kim and Usman, and she says it's on if Kim opens her mouth. So in other words, it's on. And next up we go and see Michael. He's back in Lagos, and he lets us know he's extremely nervous about the tell-all. Why is that? Because he's been busy cheating on Angela. He says he's very sorry. Really, Michael? Sorry you got caught, more like. He says he's worried because Angela wants beef with Usman, because he's been slagging her off. I wouldn't worry too much, Michael. If Angela wants beef with everyone who slags her off on social media, then she'll have to launch a nuclear attack with a military force. But by the way Michael's looking, it seems as if he's not going to stand up for her properly when she and Usman get into it. But I guess time will tell. Michael decides to eat in his hotel room, and he calls Angela's friend Jen, as Angela won't pick up the phone to him, more than likely. He asked Jen to help him to sort things out with Angela, and she said that she would. And then he tells production, I just want to sort things out with my wife. Oh, Michael, nobody believed you before, and we definitely don't believe you now. Guys, that's about it for the pre-drinks. So guys, please put your comments down below. What do you think of this whole 4-part tell-all? Is there enough info to keep us interested? I certainly don't think so, especially considering that half of these couples have already either broken up or are basically fake. But I guess time will tell. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've yet to do so. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, smash the like button. It really will help me with my analytics. You've been listening to Ebird Online and I bid you good day.